Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest Ball Tutorials. I am Koichi, and in this video I want to go over a new weapon that I actually got. So that is going to be the Dark Overlord's Magic Scepter. So that is going to be found right over here on this character. So pretty much like I mentioned in the previous video, I received this special weapon through a one chest draw banner ticket, which guaranteed me a 5-star weapon from the Treasure Fest banner, and ended up getting this particular weapon. So while this weapon is actually a couple of years old, it still has the most powerful Dorma spell in the game, so that's going to be Dormadon, so which can prove to be quite useful when equipped on the right class with the right souls. So that's going to be this particular weapon. So now I actually want to go ahead and break it down. So over here you're going to see is basic stats for this particular staff-based weapon. So you're going to get 111 to magic power, 12 to your healing power, and 61 to your attack power. In terms of its leveling through its basic leveling, is going to actually have at level 1 plus 5 to max MP. At also level 1, you're going to have plus 10% to Dorma spell damage. At level 30, you're going to have plus 5% to damage to zombies. Level 35, going to have plus 5% damage to dragons. Then at level 40, we're going to have plus 12 to your max MP if you have expertise with this weapon. And at level 45, we're going to have plus 12 to max to your magic power, again if you're going to have expertise with this particular weapon. So that's pretty much going to be this particular weapon here. So since this came out a couple of years ago, this is only going to have one sudden activation ability, which is the first thing that I will most likely go over in this particular battle. So let's do it with this particular enemy over here. So over here you're going to see pretty much two stats on the, or two buffs on my particular Archmage over here. So pretty much I want to focus the stat or the buff on the left. That is going to be for this particular weapon. So this is actually going to be called闇の覇者の権能, which is going to be Power of the Dark Overlord. This is going to cost 11 MP, and what it does is at the start of the battle, the wielder gains the power of the Dark Overlord, which grants them greatly increased spell crit rate and immunity to confusion and charm. This is going to last for 4 rounds. Okay, so here at my Archmage, I want to go over the first spell. In this case, here I actually did get a multicast, so the spell here that we're going to actually have for this particular weapon is going to be right over here. This is going to be Dorma. So with Dorma, this is going to cost 14 MP, and with Intense Flame, this does a small amount of geared spell damage to all enemies, going to be like this. And there, have the spell crit as well. And ooh, okay, so I got the full effects of that particular spell. Okay, back at my Archmage again. Here, the next ability I want to go over here is going to be right over here. One that we have seen before. This is going to be Mahoton. So this is going to cost 21 MP, and what it does, it silences all enemies. So this could silence some enemies, it could not. We'll see what happens here. So in this case, I was actually able to silence the enemy on the right. So back at my Archmage again, so you can actually see that I have the duck spell actually silent. So the Mahoton actually did work with that particular go. But now I want to go over the next ability, which is going to be right over here. This is going to be called Kuro no Maho, which is going to be Black Magic Cannon. This is going to cost 39 MP, and what it does a great amount of Dorma spell damage to all enemies with a rare chance of lowering the enemy's spell resistance or breath resistance. So going to be like this. So in terms of this particular go, you're actually going to see that the shield Kozo on the left, and then the third enemy from the left is going to actually have lowered breath resistance. So that's actually the effect of that particular spell. And again, back with my Archmage, so now I want to go over the final ability of this particular weapon. That's going to be Dormadon. So this is going to cost 45 MP. What it does with a dark power that even God fears. This does immense Dorma spell damage to one enemy. So the enemy that's going to be most effective on is going to be the Shield Rat. So I'm going to go ahead and use it on that particular enemy here. And the spell quick as well. So taken down. So pretty much that's going to be everything for this particular weapon. So like I said, this weapon came out a couple of years ago. So in terms of the amount of abilities or the abilities that it has on it, it's going to be really a little bit scarce compared to the weapons that we actually see now. But just with Dormadon, in some cases, that's going to actually be quite good in specific battles with enemies that are weak to Dorma-based attacks. So especially that shield brat there. Okay, so that was the Dark Overlord's magic scepter. So this particular weapon here is so going to be a dormant spell-based staff. So pretty much, I keep saying like this is a particular weapon came out 2 years ago, and in terms of it being relevant in now, I would say maybe in terms of if you specifically need a Dorma spell, this is probably going to be the weapon to go to. But if you can find other things that you can actually replace it with that might not be spell based, you can probably find some better things that you could actually use. But definitely, in terms of dormant spell damage, if I had, for example, increase spell damage, that would actually increase the power of this particular weapon. Definitely, if I use this on a druid, this could actually do some pretty good damage as well. But yeah, so definitely I'm glad that I actually do finally have this in my inventory. This was a weapon that I did want to get, as there are some enemies that are quite weak to Dorma spell damage. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this particular video. So one thing that I could actually do is actually also go over a soul. So one soul that I actually finally have gotten from the most recent main story quest is actually going to be for the most recent metal enemy. So that is going to be found here. So this is going to be for the Metal Dark. So the Metal Dark is going to be a red soul. So going to have pretty much your major stats and your max HP and also your strength as well, and also going to have pretty good stats in your agility and dexterity. So here 130 for your max HP, 123 for your strength, 98 for your agility, and 86 for your dexterity. So that's actually pretty good for a red soul. In terms of abilities, it's actually going to be a little bit scarce, But here you're actually going to get plus 4% to your critical hit rate, plus 5% resistances to weapon and physical technique damage, and then plus 5% resistances to all attributes. So that's actually not so bad. So pretty much that increase to critical hit rate is actually pretty good. And the basic stats are not bad either. So here I actually do have this soul locked in. But with that said, that's all that I want to do for this particular video. Hopefully I will have a Silverinus video coming out soon, but if not, most likely going to be the update for January 30th, which we're going to actually have a new Mega Monster. So that is going to be the final General of the Dark Lord. So that is going to be Lightning Flash of the Heavens Mikazuchi. And we're also going to have a new weapon as well. So please stay tuned for that. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.